Good morning. This is Marcus over at Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Wanted to reach out to you this morning, share with you this morning that we are have the privilege this morning of having Jake Q on with us from Nassau Re. Jake is a huge resource for us. He brings a plethora of information, and he is one of the huge resources that comes to the table. He's going to be sharing a ton of information on the portfolio from Nassau Re this morning on the growth annuity and the personal protection choice annuity and their entire portfolio. So I want to thank Jake for joining us this morning. Again, this is Marcus Solar from Insurance Agency Marketing Services. We are an independent marketing organization. We've been in business over 30 years. I want to cover some of our value add before we get started this morning. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to thank you all for joining us. We do have the new producer building program or new producer bonus program. It is a way for us to jumpstart the partnership with you, help you grow your business, a way for us to say thank you for joining Insurance Agency Marketing. We have everything from $100,000 in fixed index annuity business all the way to $1 million in that business or single premium life business. You can pick your item. Once you pick an item, it's good for the first 6 months that you're with us. You can choose anything from a 1,500 piece postcard mailing, $750 in cash, all the way to a preset annuity appointments 8 to 10 to keep your pipeline full.
Hey, Marcus,
yeah.
I apologize to interrupt. Do you have a screen that you're sharing? Because all that's up there is your sort of intro IAMS screen. So I didn't know if you were going along where there was. There you go.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect.
So yeah, you can pick anything from your 1,500 piece postcard mailing all the way to your preset appointments 8 to 10. Any item on the screen in front of you, and I do apologize for that, you can choose as a welcome aboard to Insurance Agency Marketing Services. We do also have the IAMS Business Builder. We help you increase your capital. We have the referral producer program. If you refer to someone to Insurance Agency Marketing Services, you get $50 when your referral contracts through us, $100 more when they do business, and we continue to pay you a referral bonus, 20 basis points for continued business for years to come. We also have the marketing reimbursement program for every 100,000 in single premium life or fixed index annuity business that you do through us. We put $100 into that account to help you offset any business expenditures that you have. As we do realize that you do have business expenses, we want to help offset those expenses for you for years to come. We also have some of the best back office support. Amber Williams and her team help support that by helping you with your new business processing. We also have some of the best case managers in the business here at Insurance Agency Marketing, both on the front end of the business with case design, top sales expertise and coaching, life and annuity quotes. We have commission support, sales, and contracting. We are here from 8 to 5. Outside of that business time, we do have support on the web as well. We do offer Firelight. Firelight is a web-based application process. Once you are contracted and licensed through Insurance Agency Marketing Services, it is an app process, a streamlined app process, which allows you to do everything electronically, get e-app signatures from your clients. It is a great process, error-free. You cannot miss an item. So it is a very streamlined process, speeds things up for you and the client, avoids any mistakes so you don't have to go back to the client for additional paperwork, and gets you paid quicker, gets the policies back to the clients much quicker, and very smooth process for everyone combined. We do have several carriers now available on the Firelight application. and we have probably 15 or 16 more carriers to come very, very soon. Nassau was just added to that, and we do have Ocean View, which will be added here probably in August or September of this year as well. We do have one of the best creative marketing teams within the industry, I believe. Sean Crawford and Jacob do a great job, along with Curtis Hawks, who runs that department as well. They meet you where you are in the business today and help you achieve that next level, wherever you'd like to take your business, whether you're just getting into the business today and need help with business logo, letterhead, case, business design, or if you've been in the business for a long time and you want to take a look at doing some commercials, green screening, digital marketing pieces, social media, they can help you achieve that next level. So please give them a call today. They'll be more than happy to talk to you, learn where you're at, and help you with your digital or agency solution customized branding materials. We do have the insurance agency marketing website, which is available at your fingertips 24/7. This website is available and has term, life, and annuity information available at your fingertips. It also has forms if you do need them. So everything that you need to do business is available out there on the website, along with several sales ideas, sales strategies, and sales or industry links that you can read up on a daily basis. We do have IAMS Wealth Management, which is a way that you can not leave any money on the table. It does build client retention and deepen those relationships across the board. It does improve revenue as well. If you are interested in achieving your 65 or becoming an IAR, please call Charles Hearing Jr. in our office. You can reach him at 1-800-255-5055. You can reach him directly anytime during business hours, or Mike Hansen in that department as well. They'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have with relationship to the IAMS Wealth Management department in achieving the Series 65 license or any of the licenses in that department. We do have the insurance or the Life and Annuity Academy. This is an industry recognized event. It is a 2-day event. We bring in 4 of our top multi-million-dollar producers. Not only do they share what they do from a prospecting standpoint, but this is an event that is paid for holistically from the carrier standpoint and an insurance agency marketing standpoint. Please give us a call for upcoming dates and locations. We will be talking about not only advanced sales topics, wealth transfer tools, retirement income software packages, large life and annuity case design. Those top advisors will be talking about not only what they do from a prospecting standpoint, but their sales strategy and their sales process. So you get the opportunity on a one-on-one basis or sit down one-on-one basis to learn what they do within their practice, what they have learned from their journey, and what you can learn to leapfrog your business as well to get to their level. So again, it's a 2-day event or 2-day producer training. Again, it's paid 100% by the carrier and insurance agency marketing. We're looking for advisors that really want to grow their practice. We invite them out and they can learn from the best of the best within the industry. Again, for dates and times, please give us a call, 1-800-255-5055. So at this point in time, what I'd like to do is turn it over to Jake from Nassau. Again, we have the privilege of having him on this morning. He's a huge resource for us. He brings great experience from the field, and he's going to be sharing the entire portfolio. Again, if you have questions, feel free to ask those as we go through this morning. As he's going to be covering a number of different products and crediting strategies with us this morning. So Jake, go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to you.
Awesome, Marcus. Well, thanks for the intro. And who else out there like me? I could hear it in your voice, Marcus, when you said Jake you paused. You wanted to say State Farm. I know you did. I could hear it. But look, I appreciate the info. I appreciate the partnership with Insurance Agency Marketing. We have had a great run since you guys brought Nassau on board probably a little over a year or so ago. Really in line with the transformation of the company, and I was excited in my 25 plus years in this business to sort of reestablish my relationship with Insurance Agency Marketing. One of the main reasons why is everything that everybody just saw on the screen in front of you. The value add that IAMS has in terms of helping your business and grow your business is spectacular. It's second to none. And to be able to partner with an organization that wants to put that value back into your business and also bring you some great solutions. And that's what I'm going to spend the portion of my presentation talking about, is really highlighting. I'm going to go through the top 3 selling products inside of our portfolio. And as I go through them, I'm going to share a couple product positioning ideas. We're obviously in a unique period of time in our industry, and I've picked up some ways that individuals are positioning the products in today's marketplace, how they're being utilized today to help close more sales and sort of leverage the strengths of the product. So again, thank you for taking the time to be on the call, Marcus. Thanks for the intro. Before we dive into the meat of the presentation, want to quickly talk a little bit about Nassau. Obviously, a company that sort of our tagline is a rich tradition with a new beginning. We have been in business for almost 170 years. Obviously, in business since 1851. You can see nearly 500,000 policyholders in force, and today actually 24.5 billion in assets under management. So a very large company. One of the things that we get the most publicity off of when you're out there in front of clients is that we insured Abraham Lincoln, had a whole life policy on him. And it brings a nice sort of full circle when you're sitting down talking about the products, talking about the company. Obviously, a name that most individuals are very familiar with, and again helps sort of put some stability behind sort of the talking of the company and who we are. But as we talk about the transformation of the company, back in 2016, Nassau came in and purchased a company from Phoenix Life and Annuity Company. And from 2016 to 2019, really put the company through a major transformation. We're going to talk about some of the transformations from a product side of things. And you're going to see that in the strength of the portfolio today. You're going to see it in terms of some of the value add that Nassau is going to provide on top of everything that Insurance Agency Marketing is bringing to the table. So a lot of great resources there. But one of the other great things that they did is they spent a lot of time focusing sort of on the financial platform of the company. And from 2016 to 2019, continue to sort of put an emphasis on building a company that is, as you provide solutions to clients, as you talk about peace of mind, the power of predictability of solutions, your client, you're comfortable knowing that you're going with a company that's got the ability to sort of back those guarantees, to back those promises. And we saw back in May of 2019, sort of that third-party affirmation when Nassau received an upgrade from AM Best. One of, as far as I'm aware of, only 3 insurance companies over the last 3-4 years that received an upgrade. So it's, again, that third-party affirmation that everything Nassau is putting the company through from a transformation standpoint is continuing to move us in the right direction. So we're excited, again, to continue to expand this partnership, to continue to bring you some great solutions when we look out at the industry today. Now, if you've heard me present in the past, I've got 2 slides that I really talk about the value of index annuities, or the importance of index annuities, especially in today's marketplace. And when you think about the retirement planning process, it really comes down to what are the most critical years of retirement planning. And some people will tell you, it's the first years of retirement planning are the most critical because it's establishing that baseline. It's giving you sort of the compounding abilities to really maximize the assets that you put into the contract. But at the end of the day, it's actually the 6 most critical years of retirement planning are the 3 years immediately pre-retirement and the 3 years immediately post-retirement. And what we've seen happen from March to today really emphasizes that point. If you're working with a client who has assets maybe in a vehicle with full market exposure, and they experienced a 30, 35, 40% correction back in March, and they had been taking assets out of that account 3, 4, 5%, we all know we should never be taking taking income from a decreasing asset. But that unfortunately is exactly where people are right now because of the volatility. But the great thing is we have solutions with index annuities that can minimize fees, minimize risk, minimize volatility. And to sort of compound that point or really hammer that point home, why it's so critical to be talking about index annuities with individuals that are within that 6-year window, are approaching that 6-year window. Take a look at the right-hand side of the screen. And as you look at those numbers, who has any idea of what those signify? What if I add a little additional information? And now what you see is really since the end of February, you see those 10, 11 numbers are one-day swings. This is within the Dow Jones. But you see one-day swings in the open market. And look at how large those are. And if you have a client who's taking 2, 3, 4% out of their account to supplement or to be their income in retirement, what type of impact does this type of volatility have on their peace of mind? Does it have on sort of their idea of planning to continue to maintain the lifestyle they want throughout their retirement days? And again, as we know, the great thing about an index annuity is it allows us to put a long-term retirement strategy in place. So much of today what we see, and I'm guilty of this myself, is we're looking at things on a day-by-day, week-by-week, month-by-month perspective. But there's so much that's out of our control. We've got the ongoing pandemic, obviously, that's out there. We're in an election year. There's a ton of things going on that are completely outside of our control. So if we can take the volatility of the right-hand side of the screen off of the table and give our client, again, the power of predictability, what type of peace of mind is that going to put them in terms of being able to establish and plan the retirement that they want to have, to ensure the lifestyle they want to live throughout their retirement days? And once you get sort of that conversation of why it's important to be having an index annuity or having a fixed product as part of that retirement solution, now we need to transition and start talking about those specific solutions. And what I love most about this business, I said doing this for 20, 25 years, is the Nassau portfolio offers such a broad range of product solutions. You go through the fact find with your client, and depending what really is the concern that they're most focused on, or the top concerns or risks that they have, we can then start looking at those solutions. And you're going to see with the Nassau portfolio, regardless of sort of where your client's mindset is, are they more bearish? Are they concerned about volatility? Are they concerned about guarantees? Or are they a little bit more bullish, understanding that now is a great time, maybe we're coming in at a little bit of a discount, but there's still going to be volatility? Maybe we can look at an index annuity as a way to really maximize accumulation while also protecting us on the downside. And so we've got a portfolio, regardless of what your client's concerns or risks are, that we're going to be able to provide an industry-leading solution. And let's first and foremost, and it was interesting, Marcus and I were talking a little earlier today in terms of what we've seen out in the open markets. And we're definitely seeing a swing towards accumulation-driven products. And that was always the case as prior to sort of the market correction. But again, now what I think people are seeing is, look, volatility is here to say there's things that are out of my control. But I know there's still a great opportunity for some upside, to capture some upside. So if we can get into a shorter-term accumulation index annuity, I've got that baseline protection. But I can still also hopefully maximize my returns. And that's where the Nassau Growth Annuity comes into play. This is the newest product inside of our portfolio, and again, was really designed with the ideas and concepts of flexibility, of accumulation, and you're going to again see it in the overall structure. And what I love about this product, first and foremost, actually July 1, we had a couple positive changes to this contract. We increased the issue age up to 85 on the Nassau Growth Annuity. We increased the crediting strategy, so we increased participation rates, increased caps, to again give your client a little better opportunity to capture upside potential. But the other great thing with this product again is that peace of mind. Is flexibility. You can see with this product we offer both a 7 and a 10-year duration, and we are seeing a big push to that 7-year product. When you look at some of the benefits of this contract, a great compensation up to 7.35% street level comp on this contract, and that's prior to any incentives that Nassau is going to continue to offer. Some great liquidity, 10% available as soon as 30 days after issue. Again, we talked about increasing the issue age to age 85, plus some great accumulation opportunities. And we're going to break that down as we look at how individuals are utilizing this product right now. But one of the other great benefits is when you look at the unique accumulation strategies. Within this product, we have our Smart Passage Index, which was really designed for your client to swing for the fences. You're going to see in the design of this and the structure of this product a great accumulation upside opportunity. Now, in addition, we've got our 10-year product, some great, again, caps, some great participation rates. And with our 10-year product, we also have two different income riders, our Amplified Income Plus. And again, I'm going to highlight how we're seeing this product used today, along with some of these great riders that are on the contract. But let's talk through the accumulation story first, because this is really the sizzle of the contract. You can see on our 10-year product with that Smart Passage Index, we offer up to 128% participation rate. Each one of these par rates, if you look at the 1 year, 2 year, or the 2 years, the S&P strategies of the 2-year Sunrise Smart Passage Index, each of them have a base par rate, or for a client looking to potentially maximize upside opportunity, for a 1% annual fee, anytime they have assets allocated to one of these indexes, they're going to, again, get an increased or enhanced participation rate. And you can see the difference on that 2-year Sunrise. The base par rate is 90%. With that 1% annual fee, it bumps up to 128%. On our 7-year product, a 67% par rate, which jumps all the way up to 106% for that 1% annual fee. And the great thing about this Sunrise Smart Passage Index is it was really designed to maximize upside potential. There's a couple great differentiators, and you can see with this 7-year strategy, the accumulation potential. But by the design of it, it is a low vol index comprised of the 200 least volatile stocks inside of the S&P 500. Once those 200 stocks are identified, we actually do an inverse ranking, with one being the least volatile of those 200 stocks, and it receives the highest allocation inside of this index. So it's going all in on that low volatility concept, or that low volatility idea, where we say over time, low volatile stocks generally outperform higher volatility stocks. But the real big differentiator with this Smart Passage Index and how we're able to show such great accumulation or upside potential, and you can see the best 10-year period, this strategy has returned roughly 10.5% on average per year. Over the most recent 10-year period, it's returned 8% per year. So some great accumulation opportunities inside of an index annuity. And how it's able to get those types of returns is, despite being a low vol index, this product comes with a 16.5% volatility target. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to your client? When you think vol target in the industry, the average is anywhere really between 6 and 8%. So somewhere in that range is where our average falls. The Nassau product is more than double that at 16.5%. So what that means is your client is going to have longer access to tracking the index that we're following. In other words, once volatility is generally met, what you generally see happen is assets move to cash. So we're no longer tracking the index that we're following. By having that 16.5% vol target, we have a higher exposure, a higher tracking rate to that index, which means as markets continue to improve, we're hopefully going to capture, by design, we're supposed to capture more of that upside. Now, if you look at historical data, one of the downsides of that is in a quick market correction, like we saw in March, we're obviously going to have a higher capture or higher exposure to that market correction. But you can see, still averaging roughly 8% per year over the last 10 years. Take a look what it means on the 10-year. So now we're looking at up to 128% par rate. Here again, in its best 10-year period, this contract returned roughly 12.5%. Over the last 10 years, the most recent, we're at 9.25%. So again, a very strong upside potential, which really allows your client to maximize accumulation potential inside of an index annuity, knowing and understanding that they have that volatility protection. Now let's quickly talk about, we talked with the 7-year strategy, hopefully you see with the accumulation potential, the upside opportunity that you have with this contract. But on our 10-year product, we also have the opportunity to attach 2 different income riders. The rider that we're getting the most play off of right now is our Amplified Income rider. It is a low-cost rider. And the way the benefit base or income account grows if you elect this rider, for a for 25 basis points or 0.25% fee, Nassau is going to grow the benefit base or income account by 150% of index credits. So when you put it all together, if you take a look at it from a smart passage index and you saw the upside potential with that strategy, you have a base par rate of 90%, no fee. You could then attach this amplified income rider and only have a 0.25% or 25 basis point annual fee on the account. If you decided to allocate the assets into the 100% into the enhanced strategy, so bumping that par rate up to 128%, now you're talking for only 1.25%. Your benefit base is growing at 150% of index credits. So it's a great accumulation story, and you can see from an income perspective the potential that you have. A great way to, again, supplement a retirement income. We're going to talk about a couple of the great guaranteed products that we have, but again, the way that we're seeing this product used is focusing on that 7-year product or electing this 10-year low-cost rider to really try and offset or get the most income out of assets that a client has. And that's the strength of the growth annuity and the potential that you have with this contract. But let's transition, and here we're going to get into a couple case designs, and I want to focus a little bit more on, again, for more of our bearish clients or clients looking for guarantees. The first product we're going to talk about is the flagship product inside of our portfolio, and that's a Nassau personal income annuity product. Just like the name of this product says, it's a product for a client looking for maximization of income. So they're looking for the highest amount of guaranteed annual lifetime income that they can get out of their assets. And once you've uncovered that as the risk or the concern that the client wants to really focus on, the only question that you need to ask at that point is when. When are you looking to transition from the accumulation to the distribution phase? If it's within the first 3 years after issue, we're going to elect our income today rider. The income today rider is going to give your client an immediate 30% bonus to their benefit base. So if they come in with $100,000, their income account is going to immediately be $130,000. If they elect to turn on that guaranteed annual lifetime income as soon as 30 days after issue through the first contract anniversary, it's going to be based off of that $130,000 in this example. If they defer at least 1 year, at the end of the first contract anniversary or 12th month, Nassau is going to add another 7.5% bonus to the benefit base. And if they defer 2 years or 24 months, we had another 7.5% bonus, giving them a full 45% bonus to the benefit base on a guaranteed basis. If the client answers that time the question of when a little bit later, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years down the road, that's where the income tomorrow rider comes into play. And instead of getting a big upfront bonus, here what we're going to do is we're going to grow your client's benefit base at a guaranteed 14% simple for up to 10 years or until they elect to turn on that guaranteed lifetime income rider, whichever comes first. Now let's quickly look at a case study that in terms of how I have a couple advisors positioning the power of these industry-leading roll-ups or bonuses in today's environment. Let's say you came across a client that had a $200,000 non-qualified account. It was comprised of $100,000 of principal and $100,000 in gains. If that client were to cash out that contract, and we're just assuming that this vehicle had full market exposure, they had the potential for $100,000 in gains that they could potentially have taxable consequences on. But we know what happened in March. Let's say there was a 40% market correction. So now that asset sits at $120,000. So we've taken sort of that tax liability because of market volatility substantially down. That client wasn't ready to move. They weren't ready to sort of lock in and move to an index annuity because of that substantial downcrease that they saw. But now you come across them and we've had a 35% market correction. So now that asset's sitting at $162,000. Again, roughly $62,000 in potential tax liabilities to that client. Client is still a little hesitant of repositioning that asset. They need it for income, but they were much more happy when that asset sat at $200,000. And the uptick that we've seen is sort of offset some of the volatility concerns that are potentially out there in the back of the mind of that client. Well, what if you could take that $162,000 and position it back over to the personal income annuity? Elect the income today rider, giving that client a 30% bonus. So now we have a benefit base of over $210,000, meaning if they were to turn on income today, it would be based off of a value higher than where we were at the end of prior to the market correction. And the great thing is, because this bonus only applies to the income account, it's not something that the client would be responsible for from a taxable standpoint. So we're limiting their tax exposure. They defer at least 1 year. We had another 7.5% bonus. You can see the increase that brings to the benefit base. They defer 2 years, get that full 45% bonus. We now have an account on a guaranteed basis, an income account of roughly $235,000. We're, again, taking out any growth inside of the index annuity. The only gains inside the contracts are $62,000. That's what you have with this product. That's how we're seeing some individuals position this to help, again, reposition an asset that a client might still be on the fence saying, look, it's still not where it was. I want to sort of wait this out and see where we are. Well, here we can give them two great benefits. Let's get them back from an income perspective above where they were and also limit their tax liability. Now let's quickly transition and want to talk about the personal protection choice, or a product I like to call sort of the Swiss Army knife inside of our portfolio. This is a product that's going to provide income solutions, nursing home, in-home care solutions, lump sum death benefits, and some growth opportunities. And the great thing about this product, actually back on May 1, we increased the availability of our care benefit rider in additional 17 states. So everywhere this product is approved outside of the state of California, you have the opportunity to attach all of the great benefits that this product provides. Now, first and foremost, you see with the personal protection choice, a very, very competitive income. The same income today, income tomorrow rider that you had with personal income annuity. The difference is the payout factors are going to be roughly 3 to 5% less with the personal protection choice than what they are with personal income annuity. So if the client's goal is maximization of income, personal income annuity is going to be the solution every day of the week. If the client's looking for a competitive income, but maybe has a couple additional concerns, long-term care, post-hospital stay concerns, in-home care needs, that's where this product is going to be the solution. Personal protection choice. Once we elect our time horizon of income today or income tomorrow, we can now attach our care protection benefit, which is going to increase your client's guaranteed annual lifetime income by up to 250% if they were to go into a nursing home, by up to 175% if they're not able to fulfill 2 of 6 ADLs and need in-home care. And one of the great differentiators with the Nassau product is we're going to pay this benefit for up to 5 years as long as the client continues to qualify, even if the account value depletes to zero. And I stress that point because as far as I'm aware of, Nassau is only one of 2 companies that pay this benefit once the account value depletes to zero. And the importance to that, again, is peace of mind for your client. When does the average critical care stay start? It doesn't generally happen when a client is in their mid-60s. It happens when you're in your late 70s, somewhere in your 80s. And if you've been taking assets from the account for 10, 15, maybe even 20 years, chances are there's very minimal value left in the account. Well, here's a great way, again, to ensure that client is protected, to ensure those assets last their lifetime and can provide an income for as long as they live. And last but not least, one of the other great benefits that you have here is that it's transferable. And what I mean by that is, let's say we have a joint payout contract, and spouse 1 goes into a nursing home for 2 years. After 2 years, that individual passes away, but surviving spouse keeps the contract in force. And at some point down the road, they end up going into a nursing home. There's still 3 years remaining of that 250% enhancement that they would be able to tap into. So again, peace of mind to ensure we're protecting both individuals and ensuring these assets last a lifetime. And here's one other quick idea in terms of how I've got a couple producers positioning this product. They've transitioned this instead of a really necessarily a care protection benefit, and they're positioning it more as, look, the pandemic is a huge concern right now. And what if you go into a hospital and coming out of the hospital, you're not able to fill 2 of 6 ADLs, or you have increased medical conditions that require you to go into a nursing home. This product is going to be able to protect you in that post-hospital stay, ensuring, again, that we don't run through your assets and you have no assets remaining once you come out of that hospital because of increased care. Here's a great way to protect yourself if we feel that this pandemic might be around for a while. Now, again, we've elected the income rider. Today, tomorrow, we've had the opportunity to attach the care protection benefit. The last rider you have is our family protection rider, or an enhanced death benefit. Here, we're going to grow the client's premium at 10% simple through age 70, 5% simple 71 to 85 for a maximum 10 years. And what this does is it builds a full enhanced lump sum death benefit. So 60-year-old client, $100,000 premium, they elect this rider at age 70 as long as they haven't taken any withdrawals. They have a $200,000 enhanced death benefit. If that client were to pass away at age 70, that full $200,000 would pass on in a lump sum to the beneficiary. So Nassau is not dictating the terms of how the beneficiary has to receive these assets. That's peace of mind that you have all inside of one product, one premium, with no underwriting that you're typically used to with products that provide these types of benefits. So let me quickly share two quick case studies with this product before we wrap things up and show you some great value adds that we currently offer. And here's a case study again with our PPC product in terms of how I have a couple advisors leveraging the strength of the guarantees and the benefits. Let's say you had a client, $225,000 premium, 68-year-old, and they were leveraging this product to supplement income throughout their retirement days. You can see 4% withdrawal. If we base it off of life expectancy to the mid-80s, what that income amount would provide. Again, void of any accumulation or market volatility. We're just basing it off of that initial asset in terms of where they are. But this is a vehicle that had full market exposure prior to you sitting down with the client. So they take out that initial $13,225 and now sit at roughly $212,000. And then that client experiences a 30% market correction. So that $212,000 is now just under $150,000. You can see the impact that market volatility had on the income that this client would be able to get outside of this product. Substantially impacted in terms of where they are. Let's take that same scenario and say that client took that $13,225 withdrawal, and then you came across them and you did the fact find and you understood their risks and their concerns. And we transition this asset into the personal protection choice income today care benefit feature. So that at $211,775 immediately within the benefit base grows to over $275,000, which translates to a guaranteed annual income of $11,838, no matter how long the client lives. In addition, at any point thereafter, if that client goes into a nursing home, Nassau is going to increase that benefit to over $29,500, payable directly to your client for as long as for up to 5 years, as long as your client continues to qualify. At the end of 5 years, if that client is still living, that $29,596 drops back down to that $11,838 and will continue to pay as long as that client lives. Maybe that client didn't go into a nursing home but weren't able to fulfill 2 of 6 ADLs. That $11,838 is going to increase to over $20,700, again, payable directly to your client for up to 5 years as long as they continue to qualify. Peace of mind, the power of predictability. You put together a customized illustration, show these numbers. This is exactly what your client's going to get at their time of need. Now, let me show you another idea in terms of how I have a couple producers. I have a producer down in Texas that is leveraging this product, showing them by adding up the benefits, by talking about potential actual scenarios. Here, let's say, again, we've got a couple age 65. They have a $250,000 account. They're not ready to start tapping into accessing this for income until they turn age 70. But there's also the pandemic has elevated their concerns about post-hospital care. This is what I was talking about a couple slides ago. So they're looking for that coverage, but they also want to ensure that this asset isn't depleted because of these additional concerns. So again, 65-year-old couple, we defer till age 70, so we've elected the income tomorrow. That after 5-year deferral, that's going to provide a joint payout of almost $16,600. And that 70-year-old couple takes that $16,575 for 11 years, or receiving over $182,300 from Nassau. At age 81, spouse one goes into the hospital for a couple months and recovers from an illness. Upon release, that individual is not able to fill 2 of 6 ADLs and need in-home care. Nassau is going to immediately increase that $16,575 to over $29,000, and we're going to pay that for 3 years, totaling over $87,000, at which point, unfortunately, spouse one passes away. Spouse two is healthy at age 84, keeps the contract in force, reverts that back to that $16,575, receives it for 7 years, or again, an additional $116,000 in guaranteed income. At 91, spouse two has some medical challenges, needs in-home care, and again, starts receiving that $29,006 for 2 years, maximizing our 5-year payout, or again, an additional $58,000 in guaranteed benefit. Spouse two lives for an additional 2 years after that, receive that $16,575 or over $33,000, and at age 95 passes away. So the way this producer is positioning it is again, providing sort of a storyboard. and saying you're $250,000 into this product, translated into over $476,530. And by the way, instead of needing in-home care, if you were to go into a nursing home, that $29,000 would have increased to over $41,400, and again would have been payable directly to you for up to 5 years. On top of that, because we had elected that enhanced death benefit, at age 70, when you initially started taking income from the account, you had a guaranteed lump sum death benefit of over $375,000. Where if you were to pass away prior to taking any of the benefits, that would be able to pass on to your estate, to your beneficiary, whoever it may be. That's the power that you have with the personal protection choice. We've got some great drip marketing pieces that you can customize, that you can mail out to potential prospects, talking about the strength of benefits in this product. So at the end of the day, this product really gives you the opportunity to separate yourself from the competition, provide what I consistently hear from the field, the most consumer-friendly combo benefit product out there today. And you can see in some of the designs and some of the way the riders were built to, again, provide that peace of mind and the power of predictability. We talked up front about the transformation of Nassau. I want to, again, reiterate some of the great tools and resources that we have. Nassau has been a company that for the last 5+ years has been focused on our EAP process. We have a great EAP that you never have to meet face-to-face with a client, complete with e-signature, meaning you're able to complete the application through our software, send it over in a PDF through the e-signature feature. The client just clicks a confirm button, which is going to act as their signature. Just launched actually in the beginning of July. On top of our EAP, we also now have our e-delivery option. So here's a great way to add efficiencies back into your business. Maybe the client lives an hour away, 2 hours away, and you were dreading having to get that contract and then drive back to your client to sit down and deliver the policy. Well, here's a great way. Once this contract is issued, we can deliver it electronically to you and the client, and then you can set up a virtual meeting, over the phone meeting, to walk through and answer any additional questions that they have. We have some great tools and resources on a virtual platform. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire platform. I'm going to highlight 3 that we're getting a ton of benefit off of, or a ton of utilization. The first is our podcast, That Annuity Show. This is something that we created. We started doing on a weekly basis back in 2019, and we've continued to do it in 2020, bringing in industry experts, bringing in a lot of people talking about hot topics in the marketplace today. So I have a ton of advisors that are using this, listening to this in their downtime to, again, continue to stay educated. We're seeing less and less sort of meetings coming together talking about industry events. Well, here's a great way that you can stay on top of it at your own time and at your own speed. I've got some producers that are putting together emailable packets that they can send out to prospects that have information on index annuities. Well, we have a great client-approved annuity training course, one on index annuities, one on income riders, one on multi-year guarantee products, one on the Secure Act. You can send links to these courses. They're free for the client to take. They can take at their own time and, again, answer additional questions that they might have in terms of how these products operate. And last but not least, we have a great PDF or digital platform of what we call our Universal Plan Right, Retire Right brochure. This is a great non-invasive way to start a conversation about retirement planning. You can see the first couple pages. They talk about define your goals, both financially and personally, and it gives a spot for the client to fill in some information. Talk about risks. You know, there's a lot of different risks that you can impact or have experienced throughout your retirement days. And then through the subsequent pages, we break down some of that risk and gives, again, that client or that prospect the opportunity to jot down some concerns that they might have. Then you can call up with a follow-up meeting and really start having conversations about their personal and financial goals, about risks, which eventually will lead you to obviously positioning potentially an index annuity as a solution, but a way, again, to open the conversation in a non-product, non-salesy way. And last but not least, because of your partnership with Insurance Agency Marketing, you know all the great tools that you have through the company. You see that on the webinars and all the information and value that they provide. Because of your partnership with Nassau through IAMS, you are eligible for our Elite Advisor program, our Nassau Elite program. For only $1.5 million in FIA sales, you're going to qualify for 3 great benefits. First and foremost is elite level service, having your own new business case manager to manage all of your business. You're also going to qualify for an annual commission incentive. So for only $1.5 million in FIA sales in calendar year 2020, Nassau is going to pay you a 50 basis point bonus on your entire block of FIA sales for the year. And if you hit the qualifying premium for a second consecutive year, we're going to increase that bonus to 75 basis points. So a great way, again, to add value back into your business to help cover marketing expenses and whatnot. And last but not least, you will also qualify, as long as you're one of our top 75 producers, for our annual incentive trip, where this year's production will qualify you for Sonoma in California in April of 2021. So with that said, I know a ton of information today. Some of the great tools and resources Marcus went over that IAMS has to offer. On the Nassau side of things, again, we're excited about all of the great product solutions that we have. As I mentioned, I don't believe there's any better time than now to be talking about index annuities. Market volatility concerns are here to stay, at least for the foreseeable future, with the ongoing pandemic concerns, being an election year, a lot of different things going on outside of our control. So give the great team at IAMS a call. We're, again, happy to put together any customized illustrations, answer any additional product questions that you might have, or, again, in terms of the virtual solutions or the elite program. So with that, thank you again for your time today. Marcus, I'll kick it back to you to wrap things up. But, again, appreciate you getting this set up and offering the platform today.
Not a problem, Jake. Appreciate your time this morning. I'm going to launch a poll. If you want more information on Nassau Re, go ahead and fill out that questionnaire. We do appreciate everyone's time, but we did have a question on the growth annuity. Jake, is it available out in California?
That is a great question. Actually had a conversation on this on Monday or Tuesday of this week. I know I should know the actual date, seeing that we're only Wednesday, but California, we are extremely, extremely close in terms of having the growth annuity available. We've been going back and forth, answering questions that the Department of Insurance fires back to us on the product. We do anticipate within the next month or two, if not hopefully sooner, that we will have the growth annuity in California. So be on the lookout. I know IAMS will let you know. We'll let you know very soon. We'll have it there.
Okay. And I got a couple other questions. I know a couple people joined us late, but do you want to touch base on the financial strength of Nassau Re one more time for folks?
Without a doubt. As I mentioned, back in 2016, Nassau purchased the company at the time, Phoenix Life and Annuity Company, and from 2016 to 2019, really put the company through a major transformation. We talked about the products where we sit today from a competitive landscape, some of the value add programs, but most importantly, what Nassau did is really focused on the financial strength of the company. High level, obviously, May of 2019, we received an AM Best upgrade from from AM Best, one of only 3 companies that have received an upgrade. I'll give you some of the stats when you look at the company. I'll give you 2 sort of financial numbers to show you the strength of where we are today. One of the key numbers that people look at is solvency ratio. Industry average, I would say, is probably roughly in the 103 range, which means for every dollar of liabilities a company has, they have $1.03 in assets on the book. Today, Nassau's solvency ratio is 105. So for every dollar of liabilities, we have $1.05 in assets on the books, which puts us in a very favorable position. One of the other numbers that's really a key number that a lot of outside companies look at when they're looking at a company is risk-based capital. At the end of the day, the thing to know about risk-based capital is if a company falls below 125%, the state where the company is domiciled is going to come in and do a review of the company to make sure that insolvency isn't an issue, that to make sure that the company has the ability to pay the obligations that it has on the books. At our low under our prior management under Phoenix, Phoenix was at about 200%. Today, under Nassau, we're at over 550%. So we are very, very well positioned. Nassau has done an unbelievable job of putting a focus back on the company as well, not really just focused on being the largest issuer of insurance products, of annuities out there. It's having competitive products, but doing it in a right way that when you make a recommendation of a Nassau product, those benefits are going to be there. Some of the other great things that, I mentioned, Marcus, we have over almost 500,000 policies in force, $24.5 billion of assets under management. We actually just closed the sale. Nassau purchased Foresters of New York. So there's a ton of capital inside of the company, and despite all those acquisitions and everything that's going on, to have an RBC ratio still of over 550% shows you how focused and committed Nassau is to having a platform that you can trust in and have confidence in. So a lot of good things have happened. So great question.
Let me take a look here. We got another question here. What products are out in California?
So in California, both our personal income annuity and personal protection choice are available in California. As I mentioned, growth annuity is coming. The only thing when you look at personal protection choice, the care benefit is not there. So you have the income as well as the enhanced death benefit available. But again, growth annuity will be coming very soon to the state of California based on the conversations that I've had internally and with the state.
Does the growth annuity have the enhanced death benefit?
The growth annuity does not. The enhanced death benefit is only on the personal protection choice product. So the death benefit on the products that don't have that enhanced death benefit continue to be the account value. So we obviously waive surrender charges, and full account value will pass off as a death benefit.
And what is the rating for Nassau Re?
Yep. So Nassau, as I mentioned, we received an upgrade May of 2019 to a B plus. Where the company is positioned, we obviously anticipate continued rating improvements. I'll say we were coming into this year very, very optimistic that we would continue to get a second upgrade this year. To that point, and I think to obviously no surprise to anybody on the call, at this point all bets are off in terms of upgrades this year. I personally don't believe that you'll see any insurance company get an upgrade because of really the lack of predictability in terms of where we are from a business perspective, obviously with the pandemic, getting in front of clients and meeting prospects. And I think that'll obviously have a big impact in terms of where the rating agencies are. But again, B plus, where we currently sit, that was from an upgrade that we received in May of last year following the acquisition by Nassau. We talked about sort of where the financial numbers are, putting us on par with a lot of top-rated companies in the industry. So you're seeing continued momentum in the right direction with Nassau.
Okay. Well, I don't have any other questions out there. So Jake, I do appreciate your time. I do appreciate everyone else's time on the webinar this morning. If you do have questions, I will be following up with each and every one of you this morning. If you did miss some time this morning, this was a recorded webinar. So if you'd like a copy of it, please let me know. You can reach me here at the office at 1-800-255-5055, or you can email me at marcus@iamsinc.com. I would be more than happy to get a copy of this webinar out to you so you can listen to it at your own convenience. Again, I do appreciate your time, Jake. Thank you for your expertise this morning, and I look forward to a very strong partnership the rest of the year. Hope everyone has a great day and enjoy. Thank you. Thanks, Jake.